Morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? It's October 9th, 2024 at 2:52 in the morning at this point. And currently, I've been trying to get myself going here this morning. I missed yesterday, probably with purpose, of what was happening politically wise and keeping up with Milton as it's creeping up. And I guess later today, or probably tomorrow morning, Thursday, Milton's creeping up really hard and really bad, and it's going to be making its landfall pretty shortly. They'll think it rush it through on Florida, come out as a Hurricane 1 or 2. And then everything else in its pathway going across the Florida Panhandle, or just the state itself. All these people arguing. Yeah, bugs. Yeah, that's not dealing with bugs. Okay, so late tonight, they're having conniption fits. What the? I really gotta give me a haircut, Anyway, I just turned on a computer so I can keep track of what's going on. And seeing how everybody else is having conniption fits and freaking out left and right. Shout out to the Lalita Loca community out there and the Jenny B and the Tony B out there. Be careful, guys. Be careful. Oh, I know there's going to be politics coming up. They're going to be talking about things left and right. They're going to be chattering up a storm what each candidate's been trying to say. Out here in California, we've actually had a couple of, actually in LA County, we've actually had a couple of debates going on. First, Adam Schiff goes head-to-head with Steve Garvey. And the second one, Gascon, with another gentleman, I don't even know who he is, for the DA-ship of LA City/County. But apparently, I guess it wasn't interesting enough for me to keep track of the one and only debate that Garvey had with Schiff. Now Schiff's going head to head also with Katie Porter. I like Katie Porter. I like Adam Schiff. They're two fine representatives struggling for the position of senator. And then again, you got another person out there, I don't even know who it is, but also you got Steve Garvey, who hadn't been in the government system at all. But he wants all business. He likes a free market. I think we should deal with a free market. We need it for the healthcare. We need it for everything. We need free market, no regulations. You know what I gotta tell the asshole? Strike out, pal. Strike out. Mr. Mad Bata. That'd be jokes. That'd be baseball ugly jokes I can make about it, but I'm not about to. The other thing I can say is I'll either deal with Adam Schiff as a senator or I'll deal with Katie Porter. At least I know Katie Porter has a way, with her own words, of getting after people left and right in Congress. Now, if she's going to be able to do something in the Senate is a different ballgame than Congress. Congress was created and situated as what they call the cup and saucer. Short-termers, about 2 years, always running for re-election. They're short, they're hot and intense, and they're emotional. Very, very emotional. We're going to get into hot debates left and right. Hence, you got a cup with hot tea in it. But then you need the saucer underneath, which is the U.S. Senate. which is supposed to keep them in line. A 6-year lifespan on each senator there. So within maybe let's see, first 4 years, they're serious enough, and then afterwards, constant running around of trying to get more votes and more money in so they can keep supporting themselves in there. So I'm not quite sure. I think Schiff would be okay temperament-wise. Katie, I'm sure she can be a little bit more mellow because we're dealing with old farts in there, but they're going to be either retiring out or getting voted out, depending on which particular party it's going to be. Actually, it's on both parties anyway. Yeah, they're out there for the debates, and I'll probably see them a little bit later today when I get bored as hell. Just to see how badly Steve Garvey, businessman, former baseball player, now businessman, thinks he knows something about the federal government, or actually something about governing. He has no government experience, none. He didn't run for any government positions. Hell, he didn't even run for any city government or anything local, just business adventure. So he's another Donald Trumper. He supports Trump. Why am I not surprised? He's not public service. He was all for commercial, all for business, all for money. Even while I was playing the Dodgers, apparently. Oh. Milton Scumming closed about 160 again. Dropped off a little bit, but she's still the ballpark of 4.5 to a 5 category, heading up to Florida's coastline. Meanwhile, the other ship that was outside floating around, called the Sun Princess, is supposed to have been already doctor ready, and people were supposed to be getting their way home and getting ready for another inaugural sail coming out of Florida, just a 3 or 4 day stint. But the problem is, she was going for a transatlantic crossing, did a few places out in the water. A 16-day trip. Coming back in the hurricane season. So now I got Don Terrace out there from Don's Family Vacations. Shout out to him. And he's wondering whether or not he's going to be coming home. I mean, they're all safe on the ship. A lot of people are trying to contact travel agents and other hotels trying to make arrangements if they're going to be still in one piece, assuming Milton doesn't kick the shit out of Florida or anywhere else for that matter. So we're waiting for that one to happen. But this morning, I happened to see the Tropicana, an old 60-something-year-old building, almost 70-year-old. One of the oldest ones they actually had standing, now going away, or it's now in ashes. And that kind of sucks, because now it's in ashes. And now I'm going to have to hear politics left and right for the next 20-some-odd days. I have yet to see what's in the mailbox. Maybe I should check the mailbox this morning, hoping that maybe I'll get my paperwork. Give me a second, I'm going to put you on pause. Alrighty, guess what I just pulled out of the mailbox? I'll have to find me a pen somewhere. A marker. Alright, here we go. We are opening. It's so easy to do these things, you know? Now, I haven't studied the book. What I'm referring to. Let me show you. Junk mail. This is not junk. This is the general election book that the Secretary of State of California has put together for us. Hell of a lot of reading material. And before I start marking up that thing, I got to check out the ballots in this thing, whether or not they're going to be legitimate or not, and what my gut says about it. This is part of the process. Now, normally, I go for a polling station close by. But in the last several elections, because they moved the polling station off the campus where I live, and 2 miles away, roughly, or almost 3 miles, I am doing the mailing. Which means I got to study this stuff in order to mark up this stuff and get it going. And this is important. However, junk mail isn't. And I got to find a place to toss this crap and get rid of it because it's not needed. I'll do my excited videos on here and show you the process of how easy it is. But until I do that, I have to study some stuff. And also I have to dig out another pen somewhere so I can get working on it, in the hopes that I can actually get something worked on and prove that I am doing my civic duty of telling people it's easy to vote. The mechanism in itself is easy enough. The mechanism is easy. The hardest thing about voting is even when you have the material in front of you, even though you keep hearing all these vote for me, don't vote for me, vote for me, don't vote for me, don't vote for the other guy, he's gonna do something stupid, you don't want him, you want me, I'm the smart one. And it seems like every time I'm running into the campaign messages, that's all I hear is don't vote for him, he sucks, vote for me, I'm the better proposition. I'm going to help save you money. I'm going to make things life better for you. Oh no, I'm just going to create bureaucracy here. But it's for better for you and better for me. I don't know about you, but it's better for me. That's all I need. But the ballot issues in our states are imperative. Otherwise, they wouldn't be making on there unless it's really trivial or going to be harming a lot of people out there. I don't want it. I don't want somebody else to tell me how to vote one way or another. And it's driving me nuts every time I keep seeing this stuff. I'll do something for this. It'll do something for that. I'll do something for this. No, it won't. You're a lying sack of shit. This thing won't do a damn thing. This is the reason why this thing was on my desk for about a month for the thick book. And I didn't think about it. I was waiting for the ballot to come in. Then I could start thinking about it more and more. Maybe do a little bit of research just to see how well this plays out in me. Whether or not if things that they promise are going to be valid or not. And if they're not going to be valid, why the hell would I want it in the first place? But everybody else is saying, vote for me because I'm valid. Because I say so. Well, you can say so all you want. But how do I know you're going to be worthy of the keep? I mean, every time I would have this, I would look at the cost effectiveness of it. I would have to look at the breakdown and then who's doing what. Now, when I look at the pros and cons, I'm looking at who's supporting and who's not supporting. And then I have to find out who's not supporting and who's supporting, whether or not if they are, to me, legitimate or not. And to see whether or not if they're actually going to be, there we go again, The bug war continues. Now, if they had a ballot issues against roaches, I'd vote for it. Get rid of roaches. Yes, yes, yes. So now I get to deal with what's happening this morning and just wake up and get things going. That being said, guys, it's going to take me some time to get some paperwork going through.